Go ahead.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Affiliate groups welcome everyone regardless of religious or non-religious background and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all Helping Parents Heal meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, welcome, and thank you so much for being here, Lisa. I'm going to quickly just read a short bio for you so that people know a little bit more about you. Lisa Morrison is an evidential psychic medium who brings forth information from spirit for validation that life continues after death, as well as bringing comfort and healing to those still here in the physical realm. She is clairaudient, clairvoyant, and clairsentient, and uses those gifts to provide psychic insight to help her clients take control of their lives and to live to their true potential. Lisa has studied evidential mediumship at the Journey Within Spiritualist Church and Montclair Metaphysical Center with numerous internationally known tutors from the US and the Arthur Findlay Spiritualist College in the UK. Lisa is also a certified Akashic Records reader, Reiki Master Teacher, Crystal Reiki Practitioner, and certified in Past Life Regression therapy by renowned psychiatrist and author Dr. Brian Weiss. Lisa's story is unusual as she found her true calling as a medium and metaphysical teacher through her medical diagnosis of panic disorder. Lisa uses her extensive knowledge of metaphysics and spiritual practices, along with her personal life experiences, to help her clients and students find their inner wisdom and true purpose in life. Besides offering private and group readings, Lisa teaches many classes, including meditation, Reiki, psychic and mediumship development, universal laws, mindfulness, and personal healing. You can learn more about her at www.psychiclisamorrison.com, which I will paste in the chat box. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Lisa Morrison. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good evening, everybody. So I'm just going to go through a couple, over the next couple minutes, some ground rules and explain how I work for those that have seen other mediums before, because we all do work a little differently. And then we'll get started. So how it works for me is I'll start to sense someone a presence. They'll start to give me things to validate them. It could be how they passed, could be personality traits, hobbies. Sometimes I get names, jobs. And then I know Elizabeth said she'll post that in the chat and somebody will claim it. And then from there, once we establish the link and who it is for in the group sitting, I'll ask them for the messages. And I just always tell people, keep an open mind. A lot of the times it is who you're hoping to hear from, but sometimes there's other people that may show up that you haven't thought about or you weren't thinking about, and it's hard because I have been in your shoes too. I've had readings. We're always hoping to hear from somebody specific. But like I said, just keep an open mind. And now the way I receive my information, it is a lot of images and feelings. So it's important that when I do say something that you only claim it if it does truly make sense to you, and it's not something where you're taking it and kind of twisting it to make it fit. And I only say that because I've been doing this for a decade, and you know, I understand everybody's hoping and hanging on to every word I say or a medium says, hoping it's for them, but I'd be doing a disservice to the spirit world if I just kind of placed a spirit with whoever wanted to take them, you know. So please only take it if it 100% makes sense to you without twisting it. Now, once we do establish a link, and I am reading you, if you do end up getting read, please be honest. If I do say something and it does not make sense right away, you can say no. I do not take offense to that. I trust what I'm receiving, but I am human, you know, so there's always room, you know, for interpretation errors. I can go back in and ask for clarification. Sometimes I can reinterpret it where it does make sense to you then. And then there are other times where they keep telling me, no, this is it. So I say, I'm leaving it with you as long as everything else I had said did make sense. It may just be something that doesn't hit you till after. That is pretty common. They call it psychic amnesia, or it could even be something another family member or a friend can validate that you're not even aware of. So just keep that in mind as well. But like I said, please be honest. I don't take offense to the nose. So real quick, what I want everybody to do, I just want everybody to get a little centered and grounded before we begin. So if you could please close your eyes for a moment and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and fill the belly with breath all the way to the tandem, and blow it slowly out your mouth. And one more time, in through the nose, fill the belly, and blow out your mouth. Now I want you to imagine beams of light, one from each foot and one from your tailbone, going down into the earth. And imagine or feel that continuing down into the earth until you feel it hook into the earth's core. Once you feel that hook, I want you to imagine a pulsating energy from the core of Mother Earth coming back through those beams of light all the way up into your feet and your tailbone, and drawing that grounding Mother Earth energy into your body, and feeling it go up your legs slowly, your thighs, your stomach and lower back, your chest, up to your neck, down your arms, and up through your head, and at the top of your head, a beam of light shoots straight up, connecting you to the spirit world at the same time. So you were grounded here in the present, in the physical, but you are open to and connected to your loved ones on the other side. And when you feel ready, you could take one more slow, deep breath and open your eyes. I'm going to give everybody maybe another 10 or 15 seconds to come back into your room, into your space, and then we'll get started. Okay, I'm ready. So I do want to start with a young male that's passed. He does show me that he would have had a love for motorcycles. Specifically, it seems more like dirt bikes more than street bikes, also quads, and even possibly snowmobiling. A lot of outdoor recreational vehicles is what I feel. I also feel like there is a J name that is connected to him. So that could be I want to say it would be James or Jimmy. So that could be him, the person that's passed, or it could be somebody still living that would be directly connected to him. I also do feel like he would have passed unexpectedly. and it feels accidental, but not, I don't necessarily feel like it was in a motorcycle accident. I feel it would have been another form of an accident, but it was sudden. I also keep seeing a K-E, so I don't know if it's Kenneth or Kevin. So does anybody understand that information? All of that information?
Yeah. Elizabeth, do you see Cindy is writing
I do
her
see
son,
Cindy,
Kevin?
but I don't know if the other things apply to Cindy. Could you tell us if this applies to you for
Yeah,
all?
she said all, Elizabeth.
Okay, so let's look for Cindy and unmute her.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Cindy.
Cindy, can you unmute?
I have.
Oh, good. Hi.
Hi.
So I'm going to spotlight you so that Lisa can see you. And Lisa, are you able to see Cindy?
Yes. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
All right. So let's see. So you understand all that information. Would you understand also when he passed away that this is weird, but I almost feel like he wasn't alone, but he didn't receive help right away.
Yes.
Only because he does make me feel like somebody, I don't know if it's you specifically or somebody else was blaming another person, feeling like if they had gotten him help sooner that he could have survived. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Because he keeps saying, that's like one of the messages is he doesn't want anybody to blame anyone for their choices or their lack of help during the time that everything had gone down. Now, do you also understand somebody having a substance abuse issue? I don't know if that's him or somebody else.
Yes, I do.
But what's weird to me is I feel like the person that he's referencing could have had an issue, or they could have been drinking as well.
Yes.
Because he said, this is your son. He keeps saying, I've forgiven him and I've forgiven, and I hope that people can forgive me for the bad choice that I made. So would it make sense too that your son even takes some responsibility for his passing, even though it was unintentional?
Yes and no.
Only because he keeps showing me something about making a choice that put him in the position to pass. And it's weird because I do feel like I'm with somebody else that could have been on something at the time.
Yes.
Okay. Because he says, he wants to acknowledge or take responsibility for knowing that he made a poor choice. And what's interesting to me is your son, I don't feel like he normally would make bad choices. Like some people, they don't know how to make the right decision, where I don't normally feel like he would put himself in danger, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And I don't feel like at the time he really thought it was something that would be considered dangerous. I have to say though, is somebody holding on to pieces of a bike that belong to him? Because he keeps talking about wanting to rebuild, or somebody wanting to rebuild a bike.
He raced semi-pro motorcycles.
Okay. Was it specific motocross though? Because I keep seeing dirt.
No, well, he did that as a youngster, but he was
Okay.
semi-pro on tracks.
Street bike. Okay.
Yeah, street bikes. Yes.
Because he keeps saying somebody has pieces of a bike that he wanted to rebuild. He made me feel like he wanted to rebuild it with another person and they never got to it. And that person still holds on to, it's weird. I keep seeing a carburetor and I know nothing about. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
I'm not mechanical at all. So
There is a bike that's still taken apart. Yes.
that's still, because he keeps saying, I want them to put the bike back together.
Okay. And I
And
know who it is.
They would want to do that in memory of him too, or to honor him. He also keeps talking about the plaque that was put up for him. Again, it feels like I go back to it really feels like motorcycles was his life, and racing and anybody, his friends and things like that. Because he keeps talking about what looked like a plaque that was going to be, I don't know what the number 4 has to do with this, but he keeps showing me 4. He hasn't been past 4 years, right?
No.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's April or the 4th of a month, because usually when I see numbers, it states. But somehow it's in reference to a plaque.
Okay.
So I don't know if that makes sense to you now. If not, write it down. It makes
Okay.
sense. And do you also understand who wanted to get the tattoo for him?
I did. I had it.
Did you want to add handwriting in it as well? I don't know if it's his
Yes.
handwriting. Okay. Because he did say that there was going to be personalized. It wasn't just going to be, say, like a butterfly or something like that. Like something where it was personal, where you always feel connected to him and that makes him happy. He wants you to know he is very much at peace and he's always with you. He said you don't always feel the signs. Do you overthink things? Does that make sense? You overthink or see a sign and then feel like that's a coincidence?
Sometimes, but my judgment's been clouded because my father passed in March.
Oh, that's why. Okay. It's funny too, because I honestly feel like one of the signs is you smelling him or smelling something that relates to him. So I don't know if it's oil or something, but he said
No, a vape.
it's
He
a vape.
vaped. Yeah.
Because he said, no, he goes, she'll smell that and she's not crazy. It's really me. Like she's not. So, obviously with your father passing, right, and now you're in that deep grief again, sometimes it's hard to get out of that and see, but he said, please don't question any signs. I haven't left you. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Are you selling your house?
We've talked about it, but probably not.
About it's time for you to go. I don't know. And he made me feel like you were going to put your house on the market.
No, it's funny. I just said to my husband 2 days ago, I feel chained to this house. I work from home. I said, I need a different change of scenery.
That's why he wants you
it.
there. Aww.
Yeah.
No, I know. I get it. I get it. But yeah, no. So he feels that way. It's time for you to start looking. Yeah, you definitely need that change of scenery. He just wants you to be happy and live your life to the fullest. He's there waiting for you when it's your time, but it's not your time yet.
Right.
Do you wear his shirts too?
I have 2 shirts.
He keeps talking about the shirts, but then he also took me to somebody making shirts in memory of him.
That's exactly what I wear.
Something on them or
Yes,
writing?
it
Because
does.
he said shirts. He does like to be the center of attention.
Oh, golly, yes. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke or not, but would you understand him wanting to pierce something and you wouldn't let him? Like, I don't know if it's on his face or pierce his ear.
Yes, the ear, when he was a teenager.
Yeah, and you told him no, because he said, look,
Yeah.
I finally have my ear pierced.
Yeah.
He wants to make you laugh. I feel like that's his personality. He doesn't want to sit here and be sad and cry and talk about, the fact that he's gone. He wants you to remember his personality and know that he's exactly the same on the other side. He's fun. He's happy. He loves you. You have another son?
Yes, 2.
Because he said something about I miss my brothers, but would it make sense? Is there one or one of your sons more distant from you? Like you don't really see them or speak to them as often as the other one?
Yes, one lives further away.
Why? Because he said, could you please tell him to make more time for you? Life is too short. And he said that's actually was one of his regrets, is that sometimes he was so wrapped up in his own stuff that he didn't make time for you when he got older. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's not that he didn't love you or you had a bad relationship. It's, I feel like whether he sucked into the motorcycle stuff, his friends, and work and all of that, I feel like you got to find the balance is what he keeps saying. So if you can give that message to his other brother, he said, please make a little bit more time for mom.
I can.
So, but I will leave that with you, but I hope that brings you some peace. He sends his love.
Thank you very much. It does. I appreciate your reading.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful. Goodness gracious. That was wonderful. So I will continue typing and we'll find the next person if you'd like to. That was great.
Thank you. So this is interesting. I do have another somewhat younger male. He feels definitely under 40. But what's interesting to me, he keeps taking me to 2 different body parts. So to me, it almost felt like there could have been some sort of impact.
That's my one group I belong to.
It would have impacted his chest and also his head, because I do feel like there was a brain injury. I also feel like he didn't necessarily pass right at the time of impact. I feel like he could have been on life support for a little bit of time, at least several hours to several days before they realized that there was no brain activity and there was really not much they could do for him. They had to let him go.
We have Angelina saying that her son was shot. Me Too is saying her son, he was 23. Sue Peters is saying, yes, this applies. Angelina said that he was on, this is her son who was shot, life support for 3 days.
And so Angelina, I just want to understand, if this were to be for you, you'd have to understand that he would have had the chest and the head, because I get both.
Okay, so does this apply to anyone, chest and the head then? Let's see. Let's see, Angelina says no chest. Let's see, Diana said her son is 30 with multiple trauma to the head. Jeannie is saying my son car wreck, head injury and lungs, but he was okay for a week. Me Too said he had chest and head trauma.
So did Mary Elizabeth also. Mary said she could take everything.
Okay, it's her son. So Irene, are you thinking that it's Mary then? Is that
I
right?
don't know. I just saw her. She had her hand raised, but she did write it in the chat. So
Okay.
Mary, can you take everything?
So Mary, if you could write in the chat box, if you can take everything, and then also, let's take the hand down. We don't want any hands up actually, because it.
And Kelly Cross says she can take everything as well.
Okay, so maybe if we could have just a little bit more information, because we have a lot of people who.
Yeah, so this male would have been, at this point, I do feel like he would have had a job or an established career. I do feel like he would have worn like a suit and tie kind of. He was more of a businessman. I also get though that he would have been big into sports. Specifically, I keep seeing basketball. Like he may have played when he was younger, but I feel like he was more of somebody that loved to watch basketball.
Okay, so he had a suit and tie job, was big into sports basketball. So we have people saying not me, not my, no suit. Okay, so maybe we'll find the right person here. Let's see. And Mary, if you could write in the chat box, please, because we don't have people unmute until we find the correct person. So if you could just write into the chat box, if this fits your son, that would be wonderful. Me Too as well. I know that you were saying that you were talking about the chest and the head as well. Let's see, Me Too, he was an educator in a hospital. Okay, so he would have been in a suit and tie maybe. Why don't we try Me Too then? What do you think?
Sure.
Because Mary's saying not the suit. Okay, so can we find?
Okay. Yes, I've asked her to unmute. Hi
Hello.
there.
Hi.
Okay. Me Too.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
Let's see. I'm looking for you on the screen.
I'm right here.
I see you. There you are. Okay. I'm just going to put a spotlight on you so that Lisa can see you. And welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I am good, Lisa. Actually, I just joined and I was asking my son to come in. Hopefully this is him.
Do you understand the sports with him, watching the sports?
He does. Yeah, he wasn't a player, but yeah, he loved to watch.
But he watch it. Yeah, I felt more of watching than playing.
Yeah.
But I get very highly educated, and then somebody that loved, I don't want to call him a workaholic, but did take his both
workaholic
school and his work very seriously, and he's very nicely dressed the way he comes across. Like I saw the suit and the tie, but he has such a nice demeanor. Like, so even though he's a workaholic, he doesn't come across as somebody that's overly stressed. I actually feel like he was very well loved.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
And what's interesting to me is, though, he keeps showing me books. So would it make sense that he wanted to continue education even at his age?
Yes.
Because I
He,
feel like he wanted to go for his PhD.
yes. He was still in school. He was still going for it.
He was still going, because he showed me, and he is like a sponge. Like some people I know, they go through college, they get their bachelor's, and they do it because they want to get a good job, and that's where it ends for them. Where him, I feel like he just wants to keep getting degrees and like certifications and learning and loves to read, and oh my God, he's wonderful.
Yes,
So he
that's
keeps
him.
talking about missing your food.
That, I talk about it all the time. Yes. Every time I cook, I tell him, hey, I'm cooking, like, yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like he liked to eat, but there's something specific to your food. He's like, all I want is my mom's food. Like nobody could cook it like her. And
Yep.
what's interesting is there is a woman that's over there with him that feels like a grandmother. But it feels like it would be on his father's side.
There was one actually from dad's side, but not really grandmother, but kind of like a grandmother.
Like a grandmother. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like young, like an aunt.
Yeah.
And then I also felt what felt like your mom.
Yeah.
Step forward too. So he's very protected. Like there's a message in that of needing to know that he's safe on the other side, protected with other mother like figures that are making sure he's well fed and making sure that he talks so fast. He likes to talk for a guy, huh?
We all talk fast. Yes.
And he keeps saying something about his voice. Somebody listens to his voice or his voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that? Like someone that plays a message, or unless it's a video that has his voice in the background where they listen to
it. I'm not sure. Can I just move from here, because I have some people over and they're just talking. I'm just gonna move away, far away, just so I can focus. I'm so excited. That's everything you say. It's him. And I was just hoping that he's gonna come through today. I've been waiting every single day.
He had a great smile. I have to say that.
Yes. Yeah. Very handsome kid.
Mm-hmm. So what's interesting is he keeps talking about listening to his voice. Do you understand the girl? So it doesn't feel like a blood relative. I don't know if this is like a girlfriend or a girl that he was very close friends with. Because he said that's where he goes to with the voice. So I don't know if you're in contact with her, if you're able to ask her if that would make sense, if she's open to this, because some people aren't. But he said something with that. But what's interesting is I feel like they could be really close friends, but I almost felt like he had a crush on her. I don't know.
He probably, because they were really, really close. They're like, they used to tell us that we were like a brother sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yet I feel like he wanted more, but he's not a pushy male. Like he's not somebody that just tries to get with girls. And I feel like he had a lot of respect for women, and let alone her as being like one of his closest friends, that he never wanted to overstep that boundary. But that's the other thing. You could tell if she's open to this, tell her he loves her. He wants to spill his heart out to her now.
On this thing came out, this is the second time for same thing. He's still thinking about her. So I don't know if he had a crush on her or what, but he's still thinking about her,
Oh, that's so funny. And he said, wait, do you understand dreaming about him just recently in the last couple of weeks, and you don't normally dream of him? He said he wanted to validate the dream. You don't normally dream, or you may think, oh, I wish you'd come in my dreams. He doesn't show up. And then all of a sudden he makes me feel like you had a dream just in the last couple of weeks. And he says, that really was me, Mom.
Yeah, it was a very quick one. I was just begging for it, for a long time. I had a dream, in the beginning, it's been some time, a year now. And then after that, it just disappeared,
Right.
And then just a few weeks ago, I had another one.
He finally had one. See, he's still there. He also said he wanted to say happy birthday to somebody. And I don't stretch it more than 4 weeks. So it would have been within the last 4. It's coming up in the next.
Yep. That's, we had birthday. Yeah.
He's celebrating. He likes to party. He likes to eat. He likes to talk.
He's a party guy. He was one of those guys who just have get everybody together for party,
Mm-hmm. And you know what? He's funny too, because he says something about how he liked nice things. So, besides being very educated, I feel like he wanted a really nice car. He wanted really nice clothes. But he worked for it. He earned it.
He did. Mhm.
But he definitely loved that kind of lavish lifestyle.
Yep, definitely. That's him. That's him.
You
That's
had
him
his
for sure.
car though after he passed for a while.
Yes.
You ended up selling it, or are you thinking
No.
about selling it now?
Mm,
Only because you
No.
maybe were holding on to it, and then all of a sudden it was going to change hands.
Uh,
Going to be giving it to another family member to use.
I'm not. I can't. But I don't. Maybe your mind is foggy. Sometimes you think of some things and you're like it disappears. It's
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, hold on to that with the car, because there's something about keeping his car. You have his car now?
I actually kind of like not really, because we it's not it was just he just had purchased the car like a little before, and then we are in process of giving it away, not selling it, all that.
Okay,
So,
but giving it away, then that's what that's what he's
yeah,
that's it then.
yeah.
He made me feel like it's going to change hands.
So it's not yeah.
So you're going to give it to somebody else. I don't know. Are you?
Mhm.
I have to ask you though, because there's a reason he's bringing this up. I feel like in part it's just to validate he's around you. But the other piece to it is, I don't know if you or your husband or somebody's feeling guilty about doing that a little bit, feeling like that's giving away part of him because he loved that car so much and he worked really hard for it. He said, no, don't feel guilty. If it's too much for you to keep, whether it's financial, whether it's the space, you don't need it. He'd rather go to somebody that's going to use it. He's got the good memories. That was his car. He loved that car.
Yeah. He loved the things that he had. He's like so much in love with his things. Like that was the, one thing that I can say. He took care of these things,
Yeah, oh, absolutely. He took great pride in it. But I hope that gave you some peace, to
Thank
hear
you so
from
much. Thank
he
you so
loves you
much.
guys.
You made my day, because I just came from work. I'm like, oh, please, Paul, please come.
I give it up to them. I say, who do you feel really needs you? You let them through. I don't have control over. So I'm glad that
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And I just want to remind everybody that gets a validation today that if you can send something to me at elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org with a picture of your child, then I would love to put it into the newsletter, because it's always so wonderful to put that in for other parents as well as for Lisa. So me too, if you'd like to do that, that would be wonderful. So let's keep going if you'd like to.
Right.
Good job.
So now I'm feeling a female. I feel give or take around the same age, 20s, possibly early 30s. I do feel like she would have been found deceased. Because she does show me that nobody was actually physically in the room with her when she passed away. She shows me somebody walking in and finding her, because she said she wanted to address that. I do feel like there would have been an accidental overdose, because she does take me to her lungs, but it doesn't feel like it's something where it's a natural physical reaction to something. It feels like there was something in her system. It could have been a drug that was laced with fentanyl or something that would have caused her respiratory distress. She loved shopping. There's similarities, actually. It's funny with her in that last one, because I feel like she loved shopping. She loved her clothing. She also said to me, though, that this is not the first time that there was a scare with an overdose. So I don't know if I want to say she actually fully overdosed and came to again at another time, or if there was a close call where you thought she was going to and she ended up in the hospital prior to her actually not going into almost like a coma or cardiac arrest or something like that.
We have several people who are taking things, but we need people to, so Sylvia, for instance, I found my daughter deceased. Would she have also OD'd? Let's see. Okay, Heather's saying my daughter passed of fentanyl poisoning alone, and it wasn't the first time she overdosed. Okay. Christine is saying my daughter was almost 19, several overdose. Okay. Okay, what we need though is that the girls.
I want to know which one of you would understand all the bangle bracelets. I keep hearing clanging on the wrist. I feel like she loves to wear lots of bracelets.
Okay, so does anybody identify with that? So Sylvia is saying, yes, it happened before. Sylvia, can you, could you take the bangles? Let's see. Christine saying, not me. Let's see, Patricia's saying pulmonary embolism, but history of alcoholism. Let's see, loved shopping jewelry. Okay, so I don't know if pulmonary embolism would be the same.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I definitely felt like there was an overdose that I felt like it had happened before.
Okay, so Sylvia, can you take the bangles? That's what we're, no, lots of jewelry, but not bangle bracelets. Okay, so that doesn't apply to her. Renata's saying no bangles, lots of jewelry. So funny because I have lots of bangles on today. Actually, I have a lot on a lot of times, but today specifically I have more than normal. Left jewelry and overdosed before. So Hillary is saying that. But I think that what we're looking for right now is bangle.
Who would, if it's not that they wore lots of bangles, then you would have to understand that you wore them, or you could have even, because it's weird. I feel like somebody has these bracelets. They're connected to the daughter that's passed. So I don't know if they were her bangles that they're wearing, or if they had bangles that maybe could be made with imprints, you know, whether it's their name, their birthday, a saying that would be connected to the daughter then. But because I definitely get something about bracelets.
Okay. I don't have anybody. Irene, do you see anybody taking
No.
the bracelets? Let's see, what's the last? My daughter wore bracelets she made. Christine says that. Okay, several handmade bracelets from her kids. My daughter fits everything except, to my knowledge, she never OD'd before. Okay, well, okay, so maybe if we could get just a little bit more information, if you have.
Here, because I keep hearing like an L-O or L-A-R, so I don't know if it's Lori or Laura.
Okay, Lori.
Or Lorraine, something like that. L-O-R-L-A.
Okay. So Lori, Lorraine. Let's see, my daughter was Natasha. No, okay. So nobody can take that either. Okay, we don't have that yet. Let's see. Sarah, Alicia. No, sorry, Hillary.
So I'll tell you this, not only did she have the clothes, but she keeps talking about somebody that has her shoes still. And there's not just like a pair or two of shoes. I'm talking about, it could have been boxes of shoes.
Hmm.
She said they didn't want to get rid of them yet.
Okay. Let's see, Laura's saying, I am Laura and I can take the special bracelets made for me after my daughter passed, but nothing else, and I wear her shoes. Hillary is saying we have all of her shoes. Okay.
So it's very possible that I have two coming through it. I'm wondering if it's two at the same time. But I definitely keep going back to the one who said that she's got the bracelets and wears the shoes.
Okay, so
I want to go back to her for a second. If she's saying she doesn't understand the overdose.
she doesn't understand the overdose, but she, her name is Laura herself, and she can take the special bracelets made for her after her daughter passed, but nothing else, and she wears her shoes. That's what she says.
All right. So what I want to ask from Laura, if it would make sense to her, because I'm wondering if I have two people at the same time, and I was very drawn to that name. If she would understand there would have been another issue that would have revolved around the chest with her daughter. So whether it was heart or lungs, because I
So
still keep,
Laura,
there
could
for another.
you let us know if there's something that had to do with the chest in the chat box? Let's see. I'm going back. I'm waiting for Laura to answer, and so is Irene, I'm sure. Let's see. Huh, she's not answering. Here, she was found killed by head injury, but we found out she had COVID at the time. So I'm not sure. COVID definitely has to do with lungs. That's for
With the
sure.
lungs, right?
Would you like to speak to Laura and just see?
Yeah.
Okay. Irene, can you find Laura? Her last name is Lucori.
Yes, I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see here if we can get to.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Let me get to the gallery view so I can see Laura. Could you say hi one more time so I can try to find you? and
Hello.
see you? So,
On vacation,
oh,
so
there you are.
I'm looking kind of rough here.
Hi, Laura.
That like a lot of it, that the first.
Okay, we got you, but you are now muted. How did
Okay,
that
is
happen?
that better?
There,
The
there we go.
bracelets were very meaningful, and I wear them. They're kind of like bangles. I have a friend that's a great artist, and she took a lot of petals from flowers from my daughter's service and used like epoxy, like, and then made
Made them into
bracelets.
bracelets.
That
Gotcha.
way.
And you understand like the shopping and the shoes and the.
Yes, she loved to shop. We took her to New York, and yes, and I did one reading just recently, and at the reading, she said, like, as my daughter was leaving, she said, "But what about my shoes? I want to bring my shoes with me."
That's so that.
And I wear her Birkenstocks, and I wear some of her other tennis shoes. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's why. Yeah, I do. I feel like she's beautiful. I mean, I feel she's beautiful and she's very put together. She's very bubbly. She's very like outgoing and happy and loved life, and she loved music, and she's dancing over there. Like
She's described often as very joyful and happy.
yeah, the life of the party. The life of the party. Wait a minute, though. This is weird. Do you still have questions about her passing? Like something doesn't make sense? Because she said that you just keep showing me question marks of trying to understand what really happened.
We are waiting for the final report from the DA's office because it was, she was, what? And she was hit by a car. She was walking on her college campus. And so it's a fatality, you know, so,
Right.
And it's been a while and they still will not release the police reports and stuff to us.
That's why, because she just keeps going, they have questions or they want to know, question. And that like you're just sitting there waiting, like kind of in limbo for what? And it's interesting because she keeps making me feel like, Mom, what's the rush? Like, you know, it's not going to change what happened. Like the biggest thing is you needing to know that I'm okay and that I'm at peace and that she didn't suffer.
Right. I know, I know that. I know it's not going to change.
But
anything,
but it's weird because I keep seeing a courtroom. Were you talking about or thinking about legally going after the person that hit her?
not that person that hit her, but
Somebody else. Okay. Is there, and would it make sense that there's another friend or family member that's trying to talk you out of doing that?
no one's trying to talk us out of it. There are people that want us to do it.
Okay, that's why, because I keep feeling like you're on the fence about whether or not you should pursue some sort of legal action, and then I felt like other people are in your ear. And she said, Mom, you do what you feel you have to do, but don't listen to anybody else. Like if you feel like you need to do that for your own closure or peace or for justice for her, whatever your reasoning is, then do it. But if you feel like there's no point, don't let other people be telling you what you should do or how you should handle it. I get such a pit in my stomach when I say that too. So it feels like it's a big message for you in some way. You know, but like she said, regardless that she is at peace, I don't understand why. This is weird. Do you understand somebody having a connection to the police that could have a connection to the accident?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things we don't know that or might be.
There's a, yeah, this isn't like a cut and dry for me, the way I'm getting this. It almost feels like something's trying to be hidden or something or covered up. And I don't understand why, because I feel like if you're saying, okay, so she was on campus and somebody hit her, you know, it was an accident. Accidents happen. But I feel like there's more to the story that you're not aware of, that somebody's trying to hide.
Right. There is a lot more to the story.
I'm going to tell you this, though. I will tell you this. She keeps saying, stay calm and persistent.
Well, that's good because I don't always stay calm. I need to hear that.
That's all she kept saying, is tell her, stay calm and persistent, calm and persistent. You're going to get the answers in hard copy form. You're going to find out. And I feel like when that happens is when you make your decision on whether you're moving forward with the other thing, with the legal side of it. But she said, like she said, don't let anybody else tell you what to do. Nobody else is in your shoes. They don't know what they can't necessarily relate to what you're going through because they're not in your shoes. It's ultimately what's going to make you feel better or help. I mean, you know that it's not going to change, right? Like she just said, and make it everything go away. Whatever you feel like is the best choice for you and for her. She keeps showing me butterflies. I don't know. I keep feeling like there's something with butterflies. I don't know, but it's weird because I feel like somebody sees butterflies, but I also feel like somebody could have a butterfly. like, so I don't know if they're like framed butterflies or if it's like butterfly.
Someone important in our life or her life growing up was butterflies were very meaningful. And also when her brother was at a state park in Key West recently, a butterfly like landed on him and flew around him.
Does somebody collect or want to purchase, like, you know, the butterflies that they have that are put in a frame, unless it's a painting? Because I keep actually seeing one, like as if it's hanging up on a wall, but this may be something to come. But she said she's all about them. She loves the butterflies. Like that's how she always connects. So she shows me the ocean too. She likes the beach.
Yes, we live near the beach.
She said that's like her happy place. Like that's where she's at right now.
Yes, and that's where we're at right now on vacation.
Oh, perfect. See, so because she just said, like, just think of me. When you think of me and get sad, just think, at least know that I'm in my happy place on the beach.
That's perfect. That's why we're here at the beach right now.
Do you also understand having some of her stuff still set up the way it was when she passed away? Like it hasn't been touched yet. I don't know if it's like her clothes or
struggling, trying to if I should change it or not.
Yeah. Again, she goes back to you doing you kind of thing. You do what, if you want to keep it the way it is right now, if that brings you peace to have it that way, or you're not ready or whatever, then leave it. If you want to change it up, she's not going to be upset with you either. Like, but you've got to do what's best for you. She makes me feel like you're going to have a hard time going through some of her stuff. Like you still have things to go through though.
Yeah, it's not been long. You know, I'm trying to decide if I should have our friends come and, you know, say some things.
No, I know. She also talks about earrings being made though. So do you understand, like, I don't know if it's taking a ring or something else and piecing it into another type, putting it into a different setting?
I have thought about that before, and I do wear, like, you know, her ear, like.
Oh, you wear her actual earrings too? Okay, that's why.
She was wearing when she died, yeah.
So the earrings are significant, yeah. And then talking about the piecing out, like she's just trying to show you she's with you as you think of these different ideas, ways to memorialize her. And she makes me feel like that's part of what keeps you going. You needing that validation to know she sees all the things that you do in memory of her and how much it means to her.
Good.
So, but I will leave that with you, but I hope that gives you some peace and that gives you some strength to keep going. Like she said, calm and persistent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was wonderful. So we have maybe time for one more if you still would like to keep going, Lisa.
Absolutely. I still have that other female with the multiple overdoses that was found deceased. So I have to find her person, her parent.
So Irene, have you seen anything in the chat box about, let's see, Christine is saying, I think it's my daughter Merrick. Now, Christine, could you possibly, okay, Hillary is saying my daughter had multiple ODs. Christine is saying she has a butterfly tattoo on her foot. Let's see, I'm just seeing. My daughter Helena had more than one OD. So we have several people who had multiple daughters with multiple ODs. I guess
Okay.
that maybe if we could get just a little bit more
Yep.
information.
So, all right. So multiple ODs. She was found deceased. Nobody was around her when she passed. She's another one though with the shopping, the money. I do have to say there is another piece to this with the money though. She said that there were times where she stole from her family. And somebody struggles with this because they were aware. I feel like it could be the parent as well, the mother or father, is aware that she was stealing, but in a sense, never actually stopped it from happening because they were hoping she would get better.
Let's see. So Hillary is saying my daughter had stolen and we were aware, and her daughter also OD'd multiple times. Let's see. Merrick's was Xanax and fentanyl and was found by herself. Heather is saying yes to all. Sylvia is saying I found her many years ago stealing from us. Okay. Then Sue is saying beautiful readings, Lisa. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Christine is saying Merrick stole money from me the day she passed. So I don't know, Irene, I need your help here. Could you help me? I don't know because a lot of these are similar.
I'll tell you this, there is, as hard as this could be, the way that they come across, like what they were into and them being dishonest or stealing from family. I also feel that they were a huge animal lover.
Okay, so huge animal lover as well. Let's see. So everybody's saying their child. Oh, absolutely huge animal lover. Everybody. Okay.
There's also a Chris name, like Chris. I don't know if it's Chris, Christina,
Okay.
something like that. Like CHRIS.
Eric. So maybe we should just go with Christine. Is that
Sure.
okay? Let's go with Christine.
Yes.
And it's
Hi,
spelled.
Christine. Can you unmute, please? Yes, I have her.
Yes. Hi.
Okay.
Let me do my video here. Sorry. Hi.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to see. Where are you? There you are. Okay, gotcha. And I'm putting a spotlight on you. There you are. Good.
Hey, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. All right, perfect. Okay, so you understand the overdose, the multiple overdose, you understand her being found as well?
Yes.
And the animals and the shopping and then also the stealing. Now I have to go back. The stealing is significant though, because if this is your daughter, she does make me feel like this had happened on more than one occasion, and you would confront her and get mad, but you could never turn your back on her.
Yeah, she would steal alcohol from the grocery store too.
Do you know what she means? So like you'd say like you want her to go like kick her out, or you want her to go away, but then you would never actually follow through on not having a relationship with her. So it's because it's interesting. I get like two messages from this. One is you almost realizing in a certain way you're beating yourself up now for almost feeling like you enabled her, if that makes sense. I don't know, like I feel like it's in your head, like that you overthink this. But she said she wanted to thank you for never turning your back on her, and she's sorry for everything she put you through. Now, there's something else though. Do you understand the like, I don't know if it's bipolar or borderline personality disorder and not medicated?
Yeah, she wasn't taking her medicine at the end. I didn't realize it until after.
Because she did say that she did have, and not that she's using that as an excuse, but she said there's more to why you couldn't be one of those parents that said, you know, get out of here. I can't deal with your stuff anymore. Like, you're bringing me down, because you knew that she had mental illness. And she says
Yes.
that I don't, it's weird. 'Cause she said something about running in the family, but it's interesting because I keep wanting to go to her
Yes.
father. I don't know where her father's family.
It runs on both sides.
Oh, runs on both sides.
Yeah.
And her father wasn't in the picture for a while, or she didn't have a relationship with him. If she keeps making me feel like she always was clung to you. I don't
Yes,
know.
absolutely.
Like
We
you
were
were,
peas and carrots.
but yeah, she never acknowledged or thanked you for, like, 'cause she took you for granted that you never turned your back on her, even if you get mad and say you were done with her.
Yep.
You know, a day later you're on the phone with her, or she's at your house or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, she wants to apologize for not taking the medication, because that just would make her worse. She'd go into what felt like almost a manic phase or something like that.
Yeah.
So you always tried to be so understanding. Now, this is interesting. Who is living that's been drinking heavily since she passed away?
My brother. And he's in her room.
Because she said he needs to get his act together. I don't want to see him over here yet. But all she keeps telling me is, she's like, he's hitting the bottle, hitting the bottle. She loves him. And she does not want to see him go down that rabbit hole. So if he's open to this and you can share it and say, she was like trying to shake him and wake him up, please stop drinking, please get help.
Okay.
She liked to draw. I don't know why I
Yes.
get such an artistic vibe off of her too.
Very much so.
She said somebody's held on to like drawings and things or paintings and things that she had made, not just
Yes.
a little kid. I feel like she could have been a teenager or something and she was drawing.
Absolutely.
This gets more and more wild though. She's all over the place, man. She's taking me to something about making a blanket in memory of her.
Yeah, we have a bunch of her t-shirts that the family wants to make several blankets out of.
Yeah, okay, that's why, because she's going to that, and then she's going back to the art, and then she keeps talking about you. So you draw too?
No, but I'm a hairdresser. I'm very creative.
That's why, because she kept saying something about you have like similar, and it's all the creativity. But have you backed, I don't know if you've taken, not a hiatus, but I don't know if you're not taking as many clients, or you haven't been into it like you used to be, like your heart's not in it like you used to be. I don't know. She just makes me feel like it would be something that's therapeutic for you, but then I feel like it's not the same. Like it's not the same as what it was before she passed.
Nothing's the same before she passed.
Because she said she wants you to find that spark again, and the joy in those little things in life that make you happy. And it felt like one of them was the creative side.
Yeah.
Which again, she said is also in a sense therapeutic. You can disconnect and just channel that energy to, make somebody look beautiful or whatever. But what? All right. I don't know why she keeps showing me a teddy bear. Did you hold on to a bear that was hers from when she was a child?
I have all her stuffed animals in her closet, but I sleep with her Star Wars blanket every night.
Oh, that's so funny.
We were big Disneyland people.
That's why. But she just keeps talking something about the bears. Now, God, she talks so fast. One is, do you understand a baby that was either born after she passed or a baby that's going to be coming soon?
I don't know of anybody that's pregnant in the family. There was her little cousin, Kaden, was about 5 or 6 when she passed away, because we're coming up on the 2-year point.
Okay, because there's two things. One is I was going to say there's a child over there, but then she's also talking about a child that is going to be born. It feels like it would have been either within the last year, it's coming up in the next year, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a blood relative. I don't know if it's like a friend of hers that's having a baby. She said they wanted to use her name.
Oh, I have some friends that wanted to name them after my daughter.
After
could
her,
be-
okay.
Yeah.
Then that's it. Because I'm going, yeah, it felt like it may not be an exact, like, or an actual blood relative, but like somebody
Yeah.
like family, like a close friend that wants
Yeah.
to use her name. She wanted to acknowledge that. And it feels like there could actually be a baby that's going to be coming in the next year or so. Then I was going to say, there's a child over there with her on the other side. But do you also understand her losing a child? Like, I don't know if she like had a miscarriage or an abortion or something like that.
She said that she had an abortion, but honestly, she used to lie so much I didn't believe her.
Because she just said, no, this child was mine. And she made me feel like it was like first trimester loss.
That
So
sounds about right.
then I was going to say, then it sounds like she's validating for you that is one thing she didn't lie about.
Okay.
And that she's with that child on the other side as well. She just hopes that you'll forgive her so you can heal. She said she knows that her apology isn't going to change the traumas or the bad memories you have connected to her, but she's hoping by finally acknowledging, admitting, and thanking you and realizing everything you did for her, that'll start to help you heal a little bit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. She's talking about one more thing. There's something with a lot of flowers. I mean, I know you have flower on your chest, but I don't know if, because she doesn't look like someone that would normally like flowers, but I don't understand if there's something with floral designs that is connected to for like a memorial for her.
Yes, at one of the rehabs that she was at, there is a chip butterfly bush with a plaque
Okay.
under her name under it.
That's why, yeah, because she said like it was a memorial flower type thing, but not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said she loves that. She does love that. You know, I have to say, was there a period of time that she was doing so well that she actually started to either mentor other people or helping other people that suffered with addiction? Because she said she was actually at one point, you thought you were in the clear, the calm had come, the storm was over. She was trying to not only better herself, but use her personal experiences to help other people. And she said that she's sorry if she never meant to fail you or anybody. I go back to the bipolar and the stopping the meds.
Yeah, when she was at this rehab called Serenity Mesa, where that flower memorial and the plaque is, I thought for a minute she got it, that she was going to actually like, really get clean and work a program. And then a few months later, she started downward spiraling again, and then it happened really quick.
It happened really quick.
Yeah.
So, but I hope this gave you some good validation that she's
It
with
did.
you. and
Thank
she
you.
has
You were
peace
strong
and she
with the
sent your
force.
love. Oh, thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
That was just amazing. And thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Lisa, this has been such a nice hour and we appreciate it so much. And we always ask everyone to unmute and say thank you and good evening.
Thank you. This has been a
Thank you, Lisa.
wonderful,
Thank you so much.
Wonderful,
Thank
Lisa.
you.
Thank you.
Lisa, you were amazing.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Lisa.
So much, Lisa.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
And
Thank you, Lisa.
Wonderful. God bless.